Four fires, all at cell phone towers, caused over $500,000 damage. Memphis investigators say all the fires were set intentionally.
WMC Action News 5's Ariana Poindexter explains the impact this destruction could have for residents.
These four cell towers, all just miles apart, are the center of an arson investigation.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
People are burning down cell towers to protect their children. People are burning down cell towers to protect themselves. Because people know that these cell towers are just like the vaccines. At first they told us it was safe and effective. Then we found out. That they had 10 pages of side effects. Then we found out that they tried to bury the evidence for 50 years. They didn't want people to know for 50 years that the vaccines were making people sick in a way that looked just like the COVID. They don't want people to know what's going on. That's why they're silencing and censoring everyone. But the truth is coming out. This technology is dangerous in every form. And there's tens of thousands of scientists that are telling us this. They're screaming about it, just like the vaccines. And even the news now is trying to tell you that these cell towers are causing cancer.
Causing cell phone tower on a school campus. Well, now that is being removed in the near future. Cancer-causing cell phone tower on a school campus. Well, now that is being removed.
So these cell towers are causing cancer. Schools are not only trying to remove these things, but they're also now putting up shielding to protect their students and their children. That's how bad it is. And according to the FCC regulations, people can't oppose these things for health concerns, specifically. And so you know they're dangerous. The television is telling you they're dangerous now. But the government is like, you can't object over health concerns. Again, it's just like the vaccines. These things are a Trojan horse. And they cause a lot more than just cancer, to say the least. These things are a weapon system in disguise. They're militarized. But before we get into that, know this, that the same people that own these cell towers are the same people that own the hospitals and the pharmacia. It's the same people that are poisoning the food, the air, and the water. They want to make people sick because they make money on the back end. Hundreds of thousands of dollars for testing and therapies and the like. It's big business for them to make people sick. And they own the government. They own the media. They control the information. And they're even rigging the election so that you can't opt out. And so this is a travesty on every level. People shouldn't just be burning down cell towers. They should be burning down these corrupt politicians that have parked these death towers in everybody's neighborhoods. It's unimaginable to think that you have a death tower right across the street from you or parked right on your school. These things have a range of up to 250 miles. But there's a reason why they're parking them in everybody's neighborhood, and it has to do with the beamforming technology that makes these things work now. These things are actually projecting beams at people.
And these are being placed every block here in San Francisco. There's now thousands of these placed right outside people's homes. So I'm at the same level as one of these antennas to show you what the microwave radiation exposure would be if you had one of these right outside your home. So you'll hear what this sounds like. Plus you'll see that this is thousands of times higher than you'd want to constantly be exposed to.
If you had a radio that could pick up these frequencies, that's what it would sound like. Intense pulsing action. And this is what biologists are warning people about. It's this pulsing action that has detrimental effects on cellular biology. We're not going to get into all of that again. But here's the big kicker. This technology is now weaponized. It's a Trojan horse parked in everybody's neighborhood, and it's shooting beams at people. And these beams are part of a weapon system, part of a social credit score system that's been rolled out secretly by the deep state, by the government, by the WEF, and the like. And as soon as you get flagged on social media, basically you get on the red list, and these things follow you everywhere and beam you everywhere to mimic disease, heart attacks, strokes, and cancers. Government insiders are telling us this. People that worked at the NSA and DHS are telling us this. Weapons experts are telling us this. Victims are telling us this. The news, 60 Minutes, is telling us this, but they're blaming the Russians. Oh, it's the Russians. It's not our cell towers. It's the Russian cell towers. Yeah. So basically, people need to know that they're parking these things outside your home so that they can target you, make people sick, and basically emulate disease. At first, they rolled out the 5G, and then people started getting sick. That's not a coincidence. That's called cause and effect. And now they can make people sick at the push of a button, and then they come on the news and they're like, oh, come get your vaccine. Talk about a sales pitch. It doesn't get better than that. And they made billions and trillions of dollars doing just that. Just ask Bill Gates. And they're coming back for more. Disease X style. This is a business opportunity that's too good to pass up. But they're not just parking these things outside of your door, you know, for better reception. They're parking these things outside of your door to better target you. And these beams go right through walls. And, you know, it's basically the reason why they took out lead, you know, from the paint and the like. They don't want people protecting themselves from this technology. They don't want people aware. They want to silence everyone. Now, we did a report from Telstra not that long ago where they're actually demonstrating this beamforming technology and how it follows the person. And you could actually see the spikes on these different probes as the beam is following the target, the victim. And so you can see this effect again as the target is walking, the beam is following the victim, and the beam is at least 5 meters wide. So, you know, when you see graphics like this isn't some kind of like, you know, fear porn or fear mongering. This is exactly what's going on. They're beaming people like the Starship Enterprise. And they're making people sick, and tons of people have been killed by this technology in a very aggressive way. If you look at these Havana Syndrome videos, there's tons of people in the comments, me too, me too. People are being targeted right now as the system is just basically testing it out on civilians like guinea pigs. And the main target right now of this liberal world order, this demonic, satanic world order, the main target is Christians, conservatives, and purebloods. And so if you've been experiencing the 5G symptoms, chronic fatigue, pain not associated with an injury, ringing in the ears, vertigo, heart palpitations, recurring back pains, sudden onset of pain, pain not associated with an injury, again, these are the classic hallmark signs of targeting. And they can target a specific spot on your body and follow you wherever you go, like cell phone coverage, to make you think like, oh, it's natural. You go to the doctor, you get your medicine, totally oblivious to the energy weapon attacks that are basically being driven by artificial intelligence. And so this thing has a mind of its own, and as soon as you're on the list, as soon as they flag you on social media, basically it's the countdown. You can't imagine how dangerous this system is. That's why we keep raising awareness on it. It's not a joke. And it's all part of the transhumanism. They want to assimilate people. You know, Klaus Schwab is saying you're going to get your brain chip. Elon Musk is saying you're going to get your brain chip. They're serious about it. It's on Time Magazine. It's on National Geographic. It's everywhere. They're coming for you. Mind, body, and soul. They want to assimilate you. It's their new religion. And people that want to opt out, people that don't want to get the brain chip, they're going to get exterminated. It's already happening. They don't want opposition. They don't want a big bloody civil war. And so they've opted for a preemptive attack with death towers driven by AI. And it's not just the cell towers, it's the entire grid. The situation is beyond imagination for most people. And so basically, we're left to our own devices in terms of protecting ourselves. Some people are burning down death towers, but basically you're going to need EMF shielding and not just aluminum foil or Mylar. These are military grade weapons that are meant to be bunker busting, basically. They'll cut through Mylar and aluminum foil like a hot knife through butter. You basically need military grade shielding. You can't buy it online, so you have to make it yourself. This book has all the recipes. It not only talks about the solutions, it talks about the scenario, the problems, the energy weapons themselves. Transhuman Genocide. You can find it on Amazon. The Kindle version, the hard copy version. There's a PDF version on our Patreon page as well that you can get. But you want to look at this book. You can read a free sample. Just check it out. Understand the problem. Protect yourselves. Make a safe room. Make a safe van. Make some body armor. A chest plate to protect against heart attacks. Make a skull cap. Make a helmet to protect against strokes, brain fog, and the like. This is a very nefarious system, a very nefarious situation that we find ourselves in. And obviously, we would all like to be able to do something else with our time. But this system doesn't care. It wants to kill you. It wants to kill everybody, especially conservatives, purebloods, and Christians. And so basically, we're all forced to participate in the solution. There's no other way about it. I'm not sure what the video guy is doing. But we can't stress the need enough for people out there to protect themselves. This radiation is beyond hazardous. It would be safer living in Fukushima because at least you would know and you would protect yourself.
And these are being placed every block here.
Everywhere. Everywhere. And the children are the most susceptible to this technology because they don't have all of
A
the...
wall to protect herself and her son from a cell tower.
We're going to be getting into that here pretty soon too. There's this video that we're looking for. It's just not there. We'll find it later. But we got to wrap this broadcast up. Look, protect yourselves. This isn't a joke. This isn't a drill. This isn't a test. You need to make a safe room. You need to start making body armor, chest plates for next generation warfare because it's only going to get worse. The 6G is going to use people as antennas. We don't even want to know what that's going to be like. But that's only a few short years away, and it takes time to build a safe room. New homes are already being built with like copper built in ritzy neighborhoods. The rich people get it. And, you know, they want to make it so that you can't protect yourself. This book, Transhuman Genocide, gives you cheap and reasonable solutions to make military grade shielding with things that you can buy online. And so don't miss this opportunity to protect yourselves while you still can. We'll leave it there for this broadcast. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Until the next time, fire the video guy. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.